You can come in if you want.
Oh.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Patreon.
Fantastic.
Hello.
This one. Morning.
And yes, we are here in the underground of the Royal Albert Hall with our own dressing room. Today we're taking part in a concert. Yeah, so the concert only starts at 6, but we're here, what is it, about like, what is it, 11? Half 11? So we've got to get some food, and look at our dressing room. This is our dressing room. And there, where Martin's just come out of, is a full toilet and shower. There's a safe, don't nick our shit.
Blue.
There's a kettle, there's a mini bar. Stop trying to steal.
This bulb was coming out.
Trying to steal the lights. There's even a coat hanger on a pipe. I mean, what more could you want? Look at all this. I mean, we're used to changing in car parks and toilets. This is a step up. This is royalty. And of course, Matt's trying to figure out how the TV works.
Is there show relay TV?
What to watch?
Oh, maybe we can see what's on the stage.
We could squeeze it in the bucket.
Oh, look, and we've also got our one fan. Yay. Oh. So if someone stays here and records that, if one of us falls down the stairs, it will be forever documented.
We've got to come around those stairs, they are joking.
Chance to earn
£750.
So you could get Mike to come running out there now go,
Just around like that.
yeah.
If you do that, I'll record it, you just wave and run back in again. So there we go, there's a little bit behind the scenes of the most posh troupe we've probably ever done so far. Onwards and upwards.
I'll get the kettle on, you know.
Oh yes, let's have a brew.
Don't we have a butler for that?
Yeah, where is our butler? Where's the button? Let's go.
Yeah, there's a cool button
darling,
somewhere.
You knew we have our own bar, right?
Oh,
We've got our own bar.
Artists.
Around the corner.
The artisan's bar.
the artist's bar.
Yeah,
We
go
came
to
in
the bar?
through the artist's entrance. And
Let's go to the bar.
okay, oh god, let's get my shit together. Hang on.
I could see that someone listened to me.
Matt, try not to look down.
Depends if they're going to want us to look forward and walk, or we're going to have to
Because
go
if
like
you look down, obviously it does look a bit.
yeah.
You're gonna have to do it by feel.
It's either that, or I'll speak to Sarah.
He's got a big one.
How does that work? That's a mirror. Or the temptation to just I can speak to Sarah about start the second half. You guys are already in position at the bottom of the stairs. It's going to be easier for you to walk up the stairs than it is down because you can kick the stairs.
There has been an outpost here since the International Space Station tragedy of 2150. Once a thriving community of explorers, the lunar port now hosts just one lonely scientist, a living legend of modern space exploration called... With only one small window to return to Earth, Neil's
Sequoia trap. FOX. Drought E. Low red. Nickname. Devoe. Snow red. So extension. C. Sigurd. Ocean.
So that was a tiny little snippet of our day at the Royal Albert Hall. I'm sorry there wasn't a huge amount to show you guys. It was a bit of an odd day actually. It's the first time we've ever done something like that before. But it was pretty cool. It was really cool. So basically what it was, just to give some context to the couple of clips, because you'd probably noticed the background audio on a couple of them was a bit strange. Especially the one at the very end of like the robot voice, but I have an explanation for that. It's actually a charity concert. It's called Music is Magic. Actually like a special needs group that go around and perform. And so you've actually got a full orchestra, you've got a chorus, and then you've got all these special needs participants that they sing, they act, they play instruments. It's actually really cool. They did like a full set, like 2 halves. Can't remember how long the show lasted actually. Didn't feel like long at all. I mean, it was a long day, but it really didn't feel like a long day. So I was up by 7, out the door by 9. Thank you to Matt and Martin for picking me up, and we ended up getting there at just before 11. We got into London, and we got to Royal Albert Hall. And the most exciting point of the day was when we discovered we have our own dressing room. Now, normally at events, events that specifically want us there, there's normally an area that's like you can go change and leave your trunks and stuff. There's normally a secure area, but most of the time it normally ends up being you change in a toilet or you change in a car park. We're quite used to that. It doesn't really bother us. So to go from that to step up suddenly having a full-on dressing room, and just down the corridor you've got the artist's bar that only the performers can go into, things like that. We suddenly felt a bit like royalty at the Royal Albert Hall, no less. So yeah, as I was saying, it's actually a charity orchestra. So like the thing with the robot voice is actually a girl that had the similar setup that Stephen Hawking has, or had rather, where it's a computerized voice speaking, and they had the whole section which was about the Earth was being destroyed because us humans, well, we are kind of ruining our planet at the moment, and so they're all these kids and adults, they get sent off and on a trip to Mars, and we're the Martians, us Stormies, and she's a translator for the Martian language kind of thing. So that's just to explain what was going on there, because it does sound a bit weird. But yeah, most of our role just considered, that's not the right one. I've been filming some other bits today and like words are failing me, but apparently you guys like me rambling on here, so this is more unedited me. So enjoy kind of slightly tired, rambly, unedited me. Consisted, is that the right word? Was that the word I just said? I can't remember. Consisted of walking down the stairs that surround where the audience are, so the audience can get to their seats. Apparently we would have been on stage, but as you could probably see by the clips, the stage was full. There's no room for stormtroopers, so they said, because you walk down the set of stairs. Now, for those who don't own a set of stormtrooper armour, I can tell you stairs are our number one enemy. There's a reason you don't see stairs on the Death Star, is because we struggle with it. So even though the show started at 6 and we were there from 11, to be honest, it took that long to figure out how we were going to do the stairs thing. Obviously, we needed to be there because they were rehearsing, so we needed to know what our cue was to come on. We needed to know what our cue was to come off, which actually I missed because it was like really short. It was about 10 seconds between us coming on and us coming off, at which point we were only halfway down the stairs, and I'm entirely focused on not falling down in front of what is about 4,000 people. The Royal Albert Hall seats just over 4,000, and it was really, really full when we checked before the show actually started. So yeah, it's that thing. So we stayed down there a bit longer, but it actually kind of worked out well. It actually looked pretty cool because one of the guys was actually dressed up as a Jedi, and I was like, "We'll fight you off," kind of thing. And I was like, "No, we'll communicate with them with music." So that I think that kind of worked out well, and I'd rather not rush to go down the stairs and know all my troopers are alive, including me, and not embarrassing ourselves, than rush down the stairs to try and get to our queue line. But that was cool. So in the videos you can see us figuring out how to go down the stairs first in our buckets to figure out what kind of vision we have, because the stairs were not even. Like normally if you go down the stairs in your house, they're the same height, same width. These stairs were quite wide. So you can't just go down step like you normally have to do. You have to step, down on step, wait, go down on step, wait, kind of figure that thing out. But like every third step was a little bit wider because it led into an aisle. So yeah, so we had to figure that out. Also, what we did was we did it first on our helmets, then we decided we'll spend a good hour or so just literally just going up and down the stairs, figuring out where we're going to stand, what we're going to do, and just making sure everybody is comfortable doing it in our armour, which the trick was for an uneven set of stairs, or what I found worked, is with my right foot, I just sort of moved it along the floor until I could feel the lip on the edge of the step. Then I knew I was at the edge, then I go to step down my left foot, and then hit the step with the back of my heel, so I knew that I was down on the right one. So that was like, feel with your right foot, step with your left, hit with your left heel. Walking back up is easy because you just hit it with your toes, so you can feel where you are, but getting down was so hard. Like, my legs were legitimately shaking. So, yeah, I don't know if there's any other footage of it existing somewhere else, but that was our day. Again, like I said, the most exciting part, we had our own dressing room with our own keys, and like the people that were like, what, stormtroopers are here? You guys are stormtroopers? And we went out with our helmets on, they were like, yeah, we gotta get a picture, even though we were just in our buckets. And then we thought, well, before the show starts, we went outside in armour, had a little bit of a walk around just outside the hall, got a couple of pictures, because, I mean, when else are we going to be able to do it again? I don't know. And just said hi to some people, made some friends, sat in the bar for a bit, sat in our dressing room for a bit. So that was kind of fun. So they didn't get too much, because we weren't really sure what we were going to do on the day. It was a really long day. I didn't get back home till gone 11 o'clock. So, yeah, some of the guys I don't think got back home till like gone midnight. But hey, it was a fun day. And hopefully more of that stuff I'll be able to show you guys at some point. Yeah, if more things like that happen, that obviously can't film for a main video. You guys get to see it anyway. So yes, that was me rambling. I think the next update video will probably show you what's going on with the speeder. So basically with the speeder, what we're doing, or what we've done, is bought an original existing speeder from eBay for a fairly decent price for a full life-size prop. Not horrendously expensive, thankfully, because it is in a state of disrepair. It's been on the circuit for a few years, and the basic building materials are MDF and polystyrene. So not the most structurally sound sort of thing, but what we've done at the moment, spent a couple of weekends on it already, sanded the whole body down, reinforced certain parts like some of the joints on the engine pods weren't very strong, replaced some of the parts like the front and the back of the engine pods, which were just plastic like mixing bowls, and the paint was chipping off them and they were all deformed. So we got my buddy Geek and Cosplay to actually 3D print several pieces of the speeder that's going to end up going on there. So painting them all up, put that on there. I got a new chassis for it with some wheels, because originally it had caster wheels, and these caster wheels are terrible. There's chunks taken out of them. I mean, caster wheels work fine if you've got a perfectly flat floor, like the floor of a convention centre, but anything else, it's an absolute nightmare to push it around. So it's on a chassis, with proper wheels, proper steering column. We don't have a steering wheel for it yet, so you will be able to turn, no engine or anything, it's just push power. Then it's been Kevlared. I think there's a couple of bits that still need to be Kevlared, which is essentially, it's kind of like a woven fabric, and that you use an epoxy mix to make like pretty much rock solid. I think Kevlar is supposed to be knife proof. I don't know if it's bulletproof. I think it's knife proof. I know people back in the original Robot Wars used to use it for their armours, which was cool. That takes me back. So now it's the filler stage. There's, again, like I said, a couple of bits to be Kevlared, and then a lot of body filler to go over, smooth it on. And then we got to work out some of the other details on the body, because it was a basic build. There are a lot of details that are missing. We've had to rip one engine apart, because like all three engines were complete, but one of them's supposed to be like tops blown off of it and bits showing. There's a few details on the bonnet that haven't been done, that have to be added and cut into and worked out. And then we've got a self-upholster. That's going to be fun. A set of seats. Redo all the interior. The videos that I'm currently doing are reviewing some stuff from Tramp. That I've been calling T-Ramp for ages, but they basically do like Stormtrooper amps and custom electronics and stuff. They're helping us out with sound effects for the speeder and like switches and stuff like that. And we got some lights going in the engines as well. So hopefully, give it another couple of weeks, it should be pretty much in the home stretch, and I'll actually be able to show you guys more of what's going on, because it's a little bit of a mess at the moment. You've got different things going on, like the base bit, the wood, and then you've got Kevlar, and it's got filler on it. It looks a bit messy, but when it's done, it's going to look really, really nice. So that was the rollout whole day and an update on what's going on with the big build. So little builds are again being pushed to the back, because the 3 days are going to be spent on that, because that's kind of priority, because that's going to be something that we're going to do a lot for conventions. It's not going to be attached to the Outland, it's going to be our own thing. yeah, it should be pretty cool. So again, always appreciate you guys sticking around. I understand if things do get slow up on here if you don't want to stick around anymore, but I do appreciate if you do. Again, the Patreon stuff is gonna definitely help with a couple of other upcoming projects that are separate from the Star Wars ones I'm doing that obviously we're paying for. So just make it sound like everything. Well, you know what cosplay's like if you're into it. But again, like I say, appreciate it. Thank you guys. See you next time.